Judy Haddad, owner of Orange Purple Passions, My Healing LLC, and founder and executive director of Five Purple Oranges, the charity I founded after the loss of my son Elan when we were hit by a truck in Dodge County, Wisconsin. I want to call this video Closure Sucks. The word closure, I use it all the time. I use the word closure all the time, but I don't think it means what people think it means. So I was thinking today how things have changed and how maybe I don't continue with the hit by the truck videos for a while. But the truth of the matter is I keep getting the same questions over and over again, even from people who know my story. And my story really isn't finished. What happened to me in that moment in time at 3:59 p.m. on Friday, August 15th, 2014, that has changed the whole trajectory of my life and feeds into my purpose now. I was supposed to film this video about fairness and justice, and that is coming. But I wanted to talk about closure and people's grief journey. It's easy for me, almost 5 years out, to look at other people's grief and think I know what might help. But the truth of the matter is everybody has to take their own path, and everybody's grief is so different, and everybody's reaction to trauma is so different, and everybody's level of resilience is so different, and everybody's willingness to rise up is very different. I believe about 2 years ago, around this time, I was trying to do something that I felt was for the good of Dodge County, Wisconsin. And in fact, I was told what I was doing was for the good of Dodge County, Wisconsin. And I was asking for the sheriff's help in making things better for victim families. And even though I was doing this, I had this fight in me, and I felt strong. I still honestly felt that every step forward I would take 3 to 5 steps back, and sometimes I felt completely kneecapped, and I felt angry that I knew that a lot of the people surrounding me wanted me to put on a face and go forward and be this Judy that they know. But I also felt that it needed to be done, that I could sit there and wallow for a few minutes, maybe a day, maybe have a good cry, maybe, I don't know, drink a beer, whatever it was, have a bath. But then I did need to get up and move forward. I've been helping another victim family in Dodge County who also lost a son to a traffic crash. And not knowing what you're going to experience when you're in that situation can feel isolating. And so maybe to have me there helps because I had experience with some of the similar cops. I had experience with some of the similar sort of logistics in the way things work. Things have not gone very well for them, though, and they're really in their communications with the sheriff's office and dealing with their lawyer and dealing with the grief. And there's no way to know why this is the case. But there were situations that they didn't have, and I feel very blessed, and I've said this, and I know it sounds ridiculous in many ways to say this, I feel very blessed that I was told in many ways he was gone at the scene, but I still had him. We were able to bring him to the hospital with us. We were able to say our goodbyes. Once again, I got confirmation about what a truly awful human being my ex-husband was. I mean, there were so many things that brought forth. It brought out the best in my older brother. It brought out the worst in others. It brought out just some interesting situations. But I had Elan there. I was able to say goodbye. I was able to kiss his feet. I do talk about this, there wasn't much I could do because I was more or less immobile, but I was able to kiss his toes, I think, and hold his hand. So in dealing with this other family, I feel like, let me do what I can do because I cannot assuage this grief you're feeling. And there's nothing you can say. There's nothing I can say to this mother. I'm not going to say it gets better. I don't know that it gets better. It gets different. But in helping them, there's anger that's a little misplaced. And there's just a deep sadness and a deep feeling of, unfairness, for lack of a better word. And there are things that will help them. And I suggested things that I know will soothe some of those parts. And the matter is, everybody's different. I wanted everything. I have court transcripts. I have photos. I have dash cam audio. I've talked to everybody I can. I have everything I can have. I needed as much information as humanly possible. And I was there. This family wasn't there, and quite frankly have received nothing. And this is not political. I hate that word because none of it's political. This is not about what the sheriff's office does or has not done. It's just they haven't received those little gifts that I've received. But also, not everybody wants those little things. So the other day I'm having this talk with the patrol captain, Chad Enright, and talking about this case, and more on that conversation later. And it was like, it never occurred to him that because it's not a criminal matter, that they still can't help the family with answers. It never occurred to him that it doesn't matter that you have trouble talking to this grieving mom. You are still there to do this job. And you know what? I'm sorry, and I know I said it in a negative way there, and understand what I mean. I really feel for anybody who has to do that job. Anybody in any law enforcement profession. I have said it a million times. There's no amount of money it's a lot of stress. You see the worst humanity has to offer. I understand that, but that cannot be an excuse for not doing your job. You can't say, well, I can't help this mother because I can't deal with her grief. Well, find somebody who can. Find somebody who can. And, when you're attacking me for being negative about your department, but you're the person who's gone months without helping this family, without providing answers, without giving them information, admitting to me on camera, hopefully I'll have that tape soon, that there were communication errors. It's not my job to fix the problem. That's your job. You have to look inward. Not every family is going to want what this family wants or what I wanted. Not every family is going to need what this family needs and what I needed. But when they do, when they reach out, you have to be there. And if we don't help these people, this family, I so worry that they're going to just drown in their grief and drown in the questions they have and drown in this lack of closure. And nothing will bring their boy back. Nothing will bring my boy back. But sometimes you can find peace in knowing that you as a mom did everything you could do, that you as a mom know everything that you can possibly know. They did not get the opportunity, sadly, and not from their own fault, of seeing their boy. And it might have been horrific. Maybe they should not have seen that before he had to be taken away. But to not even have that opportunity, that's hard. And not every person is going to react in the same way to that. But this is what this family is going through. And there's others out there. And if I can just, by creating these videos, by speaking my mind, by doing what I'm doing to help other, I hate to use the word, but we're all crime victims according to the state of Wisconsin, by helping other victim families, I really want to keep doing that. This is my purpose. And that's why I'm going to keep Hit by a Truck for a while. I'm going to keep talking. I'm going to keep up with my other video streams because there's still a lot of work I have left to do. And, you know, I couldn't have done it without many of you. And I'm sure at many, many, many times I was difficult to talk to. And maybe it was difficult to listen to me. And if you did, and you were there for me, thank you. And I hope I can repay that debt someday. Thanks for watching.